Hi, happy 2022! So first, let's talk about the New Year live stream. I highly doubt that you watched the replay of my birthday Happy New Year 2022 live stream because that ended up being 4 hours long. I did not anticipate that. I had scheduled like an hour from 11:30 to 12:30. That was fun. That was really cool. We just ended up talking about a lot of stuff. I mean, all of it always coming back to BTS, songs that inspire us, why they inspire us, dreams that we have, both of like for our lives as well as sleep dreams. Celebrated New Year happening from East Coast all the way to West Coast. It was really fun. For those of you who were on, thank you. For anybody who watched the live stream or parts of it, thank you. You're a trooper. I really thought it would be like an hour long. That'd be digestible for anybody who wanted to catch a replay. 4 hours is intimidating. When I followed PRXO for a very long time, I think he quit YouTube. I don't know. I can't figure out what just happened with him for sure. Anyhow, he would do a lot of live streams almost every day. A lot of them would end up being 3, 4, 5 hours long. And I was like, how is that possible? And now I actually genuinely understand. The only thing that would have made it better is if we were all in person, getting to do this with real birthday cake in front of all of us and drinks and conversation and laughter and tears and all the great stuff in between. And then like the second best thing would have been if I could sit in your faces as well. Like if we podcast style, man. We're gonna dive in today. There are a lot of things that I want to cover. I've got to go through a list of recommendations. The Mo Blue Danger remix. There are videos for Dynamite that I didn't know existed that I haven't seen. I mean, what is this? There's a lot to watch. And I really need to sit down and accumulate a great list from you guys that you've been giving me of suggestions. And I never properly welcomed V into happy birthday. Yeah, birthday boy right here. Oh my gosh. He's so sweet and so cute. Our Fran Drescher of the group. Sometimes I wonder about the conversations the guys have about they're often in black and neutrals and then V is in red. He is just so lovely. I've got the Season's Greetings. This is from the Season's Greetings 2022. I've got the desk calendar rocking over here. You know what? I'm babbling. Today we're gonna hop in with Rise of Bangtan. We're on episode 13. I'm really excited about it. I've really missed watching it, but things have been busy trying to get ready for the concert. I've been sick, the kids have been sick, blah, blah, blah. Total disclosure, I have now met Aneesa. That, outside of seeing BTS with Soul Sisters, meeting Aneesa is highlight of going to LA. It reiterated for me a lot of the things that I feel about being in the wrong place in my life right now and trying to figure out what the right place is and moving more toward that. And California very well might actually be my goal. There's an airiness there. There's a lightness. There's a belief there, a faith in there being more to life, to experience and to feel, to try to be more yourself. Now, I'm sure that not everyone and not everything there is like that, so I'm not trying to romanticize that, but there's definitely something very special about the West Coast. I mean, everyone I talked to there was phenomenal. I got to meet Aneesa. I still can't believe that. I adore her. And I adore, before I knew her name, I was already falling in love with her work. And then I learned her name through you guys, but I didn't know anything about her. And seeing BTS and their journey and Army's journey right beside BTS through the eyes of Aneesa and the years worth of archives that she has dug through in order to tell this truth, tell this reality, made me fall in love with her anyhow. But then meeting her just topped anything I could have imagined, and yet was everything I should have expected, because she is epitome of ARMY, of love, of Bangtan, of loyalty, of hard work and drive, and just... So, full disclosure, I'm going to be watching Rise of Bangtan from chapter 13 forward, actually knowing the ARMY creating this, editing this as well. So you're going to hear me gush even more than I already was. Because I tried to mention her name in every video anyhow, because she's humble. She's very humble. And what she's created, I mean, I can tell you, it is hard to edit my sad little videos. Being a professional doesn't make it less hard. It means you're better educated and perhaps infinitely better talented, but that doesn't make it less hard. What she creates is exceptionally hard and exceptionally good. And she creates a lot of other stuff too. She used to work on a lot of things that you don't know that she does, but this is her passion project, and I am passionate about what she's doing and about her, so I'm gonna hush now and we're gonna hit play. Let's do this. Oh, I'm so happy to be watching this again. You never walk alone. You know, I did not ask her enough questions about all the thoughts she went into before actually putting this into vision. Oh, good God, how beautiful. That look. I can't bring myself to watch this video anymore. Oh! I love RM Namjoon. You're so cute. So... It's almost sharing
2017년입니다, 여러분. 와, 2017년이 밝았어요.
5 years ago. Oh, I don't have captions on.
목표
Let's back up. Let's back up. So sad. Why did I go back this far? This video is extraordinarily beautiful. Their friendship. Oh, back to that.
안녕하세요. 박수! 2017년입니다, 여러분. 와, 2017년이 밝았어요.
God, he's
새해
cute.
어떻게 목표들은 다들 세우셨습니까? 저는 얼마 전에
5 years ago.
제가 세운 저의 목표는 더 나은 사람 되기입니다.
That's a good one.
네, 이게 그냥 별거 아닐 수도 있는데 되게 좀 커요. 우리 방탄 다 같이 회식했습니다. 그래서 역시 우리는 열심히 해야 돼 이러면서 서로 힘을 합쳐서 같은 곳을 향해서 나아갑시다 이러면서 우리가 지금부터 넘어야 할 벽은 우리가 넘었던 벽보다 훨씬 더 높은 벽이야 이러면서 그런 얘기들을 했습니다. 다행히 아직 친구들의 눈이 초롱초롱합니다. 네, 다 같이 방방탄 그 레스토랑에서 다 같이 방방 윙스 투어 열심히 준비하고 있고.
Isn't that amazing? Let's just talk real quick. Like you said, the wall you're about to climb is so much higher than the walls they've already overcome. I don't know about you guys. I know I've had a problem in my life that I don't think I'm gonna ever have again because I'm looking at the next 40 years so differently than the last because I'm sick of hurting. I'm sick of the struggle. I'm sick of feeling held back by myself. Held back by myself because I often felt like when I accomplished something huge, I just wanted to like land on that and kind of felt like and that's where I'll stay. But that's not how any of it works. It's all just you're constantly moving on a timeline and you pass these blips. You don't get to enjoy the landing. You try to celebrate it, but you're still moving. Does that make sense? I've been talking a lot about this to a couple people and very recently, and you know, graduation, new job, marriage, successful tour, becoming big, those actually mean bigger walls are in front of you every time anyway.
여러분들 좋은 모습 보여드리려고 내일도 힘들겠지만 우리 힘내서 알겠죠? 그럴 수 있는 우리 앞으로도 열심히 살아갑시다.
I can't fathom how hard they work all the time.
레드블렛 이후로 월드 투어라는 거를 사실상 거의 2년 만에 하는 거기 때문에 그때보다는 다른 뭔가 성장한 모습들을 솔직히 보여드리고 싶기도 하고요.
오랜만에 많은
What was that
곡들을
from?
소화해서 그런지.
Did they do that in the tour? No.
열심히 해야겠어.
Okay, since we just looked at Jen, Who bought merch? The By the Artist merch that's dropping all throughout January. RM's drops, Namjoon's drops tonight. Jin's dropped a couple nights ago. Who bought the pajamas? Who bought the pillows? I want to know. Who's gonna fight for Jagger? By the time you see this, actually, you have already battled it out for Jaggers and a gorgeous Bunga Pong. Bunga Pong wind chime. I want to know who's battling it out. And what do you think the other guys are gonna make? I'm so curious. I really feel like Jungkook and Taehyung are the wild cards. What are they gonna create? I wanna know. I'm so excited about January. What a great way to start this year. Stuffed by them.
이야, 이
Aw.
얼마나 이 바람직한 친구입니까?
I love them. Oh.
항상 이 멀리서 이 응원해주는 이 사람들한테 조금이나마 갈 수 있고 만날 수 있고 가서 우리에게
Baby Jimin.
원하는 것들이 있다고 생각해요. 평소에는 볼 수 없는 그런 그대로 보여드리고
He's so
싶은 것
sweet. Look at how sweet he is. You can see his sweetness. I'll never see him the same again after actually seeing him. I love when they do that.
방탄소년단이 목표로 하는 거는 사실 거의 다 이뤘어요.
My coffee's already cold. What the hell?
저희가
Oh.
원했던 꿈은 거의 다 이뤘고 이제 또 새로운 꿈을 향해서 가야 되는데 저도 함께 하고 싶어요.
To talk about Jin again, Mr. Real White Handsome Hair. I love him. His dedication, his complete dedication to having been and being BTS is so special. Like, he talks so frequently about that. And if he could go back in time, he'd make sure to get on the same bus again, the bus that he got off of, that where they gave him the card. Anyway, just
그게 제 꿈이에요.
저희의 가장 장점이 인간미를 훨씬 더 잘 보여줄 수 있는 얘네도 진짜 똑같은 사람이구나.
이곳 고척돔에서 서울 콘서트를 시작으로 또 방탄소년단이 세계 월드 투어에 돌입하게 됩니다.
성장이라는 건 이제 혼자 해내야 되는 숙명이고 그 속에서 이제 뭔가를 얻어내는 작업이지만 그래도
Damn, he looks
우리가
good with purple hair.
같이 있기 때문에 그래서 더 위로가 된다는 말을 하고 싶었고.
나 피곤하지만 힘내자.
let's go back and I'm sorry. We are pausing on everything on this. Listen to Namjoon's words here. I just said this in a message last night to someone. Growth is so individual, right? And I think that 2022 is going to have a lot of individual showcasing of all 7 men, and that's beautiful and spectacular. And they've given us those hints. And I commented, isn't that what we want within our families? That because we do grow individually, I want to be able to freely and supportedly experience who I am and work on that, grow who I am, harvest that with my family. That doesn't mean that they're going to be on the same journey as I am, and it doesn't mean that I'm the same journey as they are. But if we can stay a team, and a lot of people can't do that, a lot of families don't make it through that. I don't want to lose my identity to my family, and I don't want them to lose their identity to me. I want us to find anyway. I'm gonna hush. We're gonna let Namjoon say it because he's far better with words.
또 방탄소년단이 세계 월드 투어에 돌입하게
To his
됩니다.
soul, he's good with words.
성장이라는 건 이제 혼자 해내야 되는 숙명이고 그 속에서 이제 뭔가를 얻어내는 작업이지만 그래도 우리가 같이 있기 때문에 그래서 더 위로가 된다는 말을 하고 싶었고.
나 피곤하지만 힘내자. 마지막 콘서트. 마지막 콘서트. 방해보다.
자.
빛나는 건 영원하지 않아. 햇빛이 눈부셔 눈을 찡그려도 시간이 지나면 익숙해져. 하늘 높이 올라간데도 부르기만 하던 것들도 순간은 영원하지 않아.
Yeah. That's
하지만
not. It's not a landing point.
네가 빛나는 순간 세상은 멈춘 듯 느려지고 그 빛은 사라지지 않아.
Wow. I want those words again. Sorry. Gotta do it.
영원하지 않아. 하늘 높이 올라간데도 부르기만 하던 것들도
순간은 영원하지 않아. 하지만 네가 빛나는 순간
The moment you shine.
세상은 멈춘 듯 느려지고 그 빛은 사라지지 않아.
Woo! Oh, I gotta write that down. That's that's something to process. You shining, not the light shining off of you. Not the light shining off of you. You shining, like radiating from within. Oh.
눈이 부셨다. 스포트라이트가 아닌 관객들의 눈빛에 귀에까지 들리는 터질 듯 두근거렸던 심장 소리도 객석의 함성 소리에 잦아들었고 사막의 첫 발을 내디뎠을 때 그 신기루가 이제는 어느새 현실이 되어 지금의 우리와 겹쳐지고 있다.
Do they start all their concerts like with intensity and ferocity? Because Permission to Dance started like that too.
이번 콘서트
that
첫
smile, that
시작을
smirk.
열었던 그 서울 콘서트를 굉장히 신경을 많이 썼었어요.
진짜 올해만큼은 중요한 그러니까 좀 뜻깊은
I want to see them in Seoul.
다시는 오지 않을 것 같은 느낌을 받아요.
저는 계속 강조하는 게 데뷔할 때부터 그렇고 그냥 사람으로 계속 얘기하고 싶다.
아이돌로서 혹은 아티스트로서 혹은 퍼포머로서 뭔가 제대로 저를 실현할 수 있게 된 시기가 아닌가.
Their dedication to self-reflection and self-exploration in light of being, despite being celebrity, it's unbelievable. I want to see them at that stadium before they stop performing at that stadium.
개인곡도 있고 미니곡도 있고 느낌이 매력이 다 다른 무대들이 많잖아요.
이게 월드 투어든 행사든 어쨌든 저희를 좋아해 주셔서 보러 와 주신 거니까 감사한 마음을 가지며 임해야겠다라는 생각을 가지고 있습니다.
He has such an attitude of gratitude. Endlessly so. I love that Nisa and the translators included the fan chants in the captions. That's huge.
공연을 하기 전에는
That's cool.
생각이 많거나 그렇지 않아요. 이제 생각이 많을수록 좀 실수를 많이 하거든요.
Quicksand.
마지막처럼 하자 이런 생각을 해요. 힘들죠. 굉장히 힘든데 어쨌든 그것도 공연도 한순간이잖아요.
한 사람 인생 살면서 만날 수 있는 사람이 수천 되는 사람들 앞에서 공연을 하는 것 자체가 자부심이 들고 링스 투어를 하는 공연 횟수가 아마 이때까지 우리가 했던 콘서트 횟수만큼이나 된다고 이야기를 들었는데 소명의식을 가지고 무대를 해야 됩니다.
My mind blows when I think about how big they were before I even knew who they were. And now, I know a lot of you are Dynamite and Butter Army even, so
그 전에 공연도 너무 많은 준비와 성의를 들였지만 이제야 비로소 뭔가 공연다운 공연을 할 수 있게 된 것 같고
들어와라.
I love his voice so much.
이제 윙스 투어 첫 시작을 알리는 공연장입니다, 여러분. 아주 굉장히 지금 땀에 좀 찌들었는데 진짜 내일부터는 굉장히 바빠요. 굉장히 특별한 날이긴 하지만 정말 바쁜 날입니다.
뭐야.
재영 형이.
I'm only in shock and mad at myself because I'm looking at the signs behind him and thinking, man, I should have, I meant to do something like that for my birthday. I was gonna, in Hangul, spell out my name, but also, son of a gun. I cannot believe I totally forgot this. I'm so mad. I got myself a banner to hang behind me for the birthday live stream. And I was so nervous about the live stream, I forgot. I was so nervous. Oh my God, I was so nervous. I was nauseated. Earlier that day, I was super excited about this. I cannot believe I didn't. Another time.
재영 형이 그 바쁜 와중에. 진짜로? 그 바쁜 와중에 형이 재영의 선물을 이렇게 깜짝스럽게 주려고 형이 이렇게 준비했어.
미치겠네 진짜로. 우리 정국이 존재 자체가 선물이지. 정국이 일로 와봐.
J-Hope says stuff like that so frequently. It's so sweet.
생일 축하합니다. 사랑하는 J-Hope. 생일 축하합니다.
J-Hope.
Mira, llegó BTS. Te interrumpo porque llegaron.
Oye, ¿me están escuchando? Acaban de pasar estos chicos, BTS.
BTS finalmente, y mira la...
Could they have fathomed? Like, I ask that all the time, but could they have known they were that big?
Este sábado 11 y domingo
Could they
12
know
de
now
marzo,
how
el
big they are?
coreano BTS regresa a Chile para presentar su The Wing Tour.
Wow.
Las entradas para el primer show que se puso en venta se agotaron en más o menos 3 horas. Estamos hablando de cerca de 13.000 entradas o por ahí.
Fanáticas que venían desde Bolivia, desde Perú, desde Argentina, que también están ahora acá.
What's up, guys? We the BTS.
We prepare this stage, man.
What's that? What's that? 멋있는 애들 약간 이렇게 하더라고. What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? Okay, okay.
What's that? What's
Yeah,
that?
I don't feel like yeah. What was that, yeah?
Can you speak more slush?
슬러시?
Slowly? 슬러시.
슬러시 먹고 싶다. 학교 앞에서 파는.
그 서머스마켓 가서 먹은 슬러시 먹고 싶다.
이렇게 퍼먹는 거.
Have you watched Burn the Stage? It's incredible.
야 여기 진짜 오랜만에 온다. 우리 왔잖아요 우리 레드불렛 투어 마지막 때.
실례니까. 내가 봐왔던 SNS로 뭐 내가 영상으로 봐왔던 BTS는 이게 아닌데? 라는 그런 느낌을 드리고 싶진 않아요.
Sorry, camera turned itself off, so I'm going to back up just a smidgen.
야 여기 진짜 오랜만에 온다. 우리 왔잖아요 우리 레드불렛 투어 마지막 때.
실례니까. 내가 봐왔던 SNS로 뭐 내가 영상으로 봐왔던 BTS는 이게 아닌데? 라는 그런
Pressure.
느낌을 드리고 싶진 않아요.
They work so hard. I'm gonna get myself some coffee, so hold that thought. I ran and ate a chocolate, and I notoriously end up getting either like a chocolate crumb on my face, or lipstick on my forehead, or like dried coffee smeared on the side of my face. So if you see food on me, I'm sorry. I try, I promise I try to not look like a mess.
그냥 이 에너지는 확실히 전달을 시켜드리고 싶어요.
그래서 준비 메이크업 하고 있는데 밖에서 막 소리를 지르고 뭐 우리 교수님 누가 오프닝 공연하고 있냐고 물어봤거든요 제가.
Did you guys watch my concert thing? People went bonkers outside. People went bonkers inside for music videos.
자, 처음이다. 완전 쩐다.
I have no idea how they keep their energy up.
가만히 앉아서 방송하는데 너무너무 시원하고 와 쾌적한 공연장이 좋냐 아니면 진짜 죽기 직전에 전기 넘치는 공연이 좋냐 했을 때 저는 무조건 후자라고 얘기했거든요.
용서해줄게.
I want to hear Namjoon say that again.
El tiempo puede estar lapso. Lo quieres.
Quiero visitar otra vez. Mil gracias.
자, 처음이다. 원하사. 아주 쩐다.
가만히 앉아서 경청하는데 너무너무 시원하고 와 쾌적한 공연장이 좋냐 아니면 진짜 죽기 직전에 전기 넘치는 공연이 좋냐 했을 때 저는 무조건 후자라고 얘기했거든요.
So you heard it. If you get to go see them, go bonkers. Feed them that energy. It's unbelievable.
어쩌면 당연한 것이다. 숨이 턱까지 차오르고 서 있기조차 힘들어지는 것은
I do not like Bang's
무대가 끝날 즈음
narration. I
우리에겐
couldn't watch the
조금의
movie.
에너지도 남아있지 않아야 한다. 그래야 다 보여줬다 할 것이다.
How did you guys feel? I couldn't finish watching the movie Burn the Stage because I didn't like Bang's. I like Bang. Don't hear me wrong. Oh, so hard to see them like
그럴 줄은
this.
몰랐는데 갑자기 그렇게 돼서 아 정국이도 사람이구나.
준비된 애들 먼저 가.
Oh, his face.
이니어로 뭔가 감독님 목소리가 나오더라고요. 정국 씨 뭐 힘들면 앞에서 호흡기 하시라고.
정국이는 늘 얘기를 하면 뭐 좀 힘든 거 있냐 하면 아 형 저 힘든 거 없어요. 저 힘든 거 없어요. 저 괜찮아요. 올해 초인가 작년 말인가 근데 되게 허심탄회하게 좀 극적으로 우리끼리 화합했던 저희 순간이 있었는데
That's not easy to do.
뭐 이렇게 힘든 거 있냐라는 게 주제였는데 그 당시에 나에게 많은 것들을 도와주고 같이 살고 있는 형들이 힘든 게 내가 제일 힘든다. 난 다른 건 다 모르겠고 형들이 힘들어하지 않았으면 좋겠다. 그러면 나도 힘들 것 같지 않다라는 얘기를 했었거든요. 그래서 진짜 모두가 울었습니다. 그때 진짜 모두가 울었어요. 너무 슬프잖아요 말이. 정국이가 그렇게 얘기했던 적이 한 번도 없었어요.
자, 1분 남았습니다.
어쨌든 칠레도 엄청 오랜만에 온 나라고 또 언제 또 찾아올 수 있는 나라인지 모르잖아요. 그래서
They all make me cry, but somehow little Jungkook is the one that like
정국이
brings me to tears all the time.
메인 보컬을 담당하고 있고 퍼포먼스적으로도 본인이 센터에서 굉장히 중요한 축을 담당하는 정국이가 빠지면 대체가 안 된단 말이에요.
They all are. Raheem.
저 이제 비긴이란 곡은 제가 이제 서울에 올라와서 형들을 만나고 느끼고 생겼던 그런 감정들을 담은 그런 곡이고요. 저 이제 15살 올라와가지고 옆에서 되게 이제 뭐 어떻게 보면 저를 키운 거죠. 감정이 생겼어 난 내가 됐었어 저는 항상 제가 정신연령이 15살에 멈춰있다고 생각을 해요. 그냥 제가 15살에 연습생이 됐고 뭐 또 옆에 항상 6명의 멤버들이 있으니까 그래서 제가 솔직히 보고 느끼는 배우고 하는 거는 거의 다 멤버들 영향이 크다고 생각하거든요. 저는 어떻게 보면 형들의 성격이 다 담겨있는 그런 인격체일 수도 있습니다.
정국이는 너무 활발해요.
뭘 다 좀 잘해요.
He still is.
다재다능하죠.
정국이만큼 재능 있는 친구는 잘 못 본 것 같아요.
뭔가 형들 보면서 자극받고 뭔가 저도 모르게 제가 많이 성장을 한 것 같아요.
아, 무리하지 말고 마이크 좀만 힘내자.
형이 슬프면 형이 아프면 내가 아픈 것보다 아파. Brother, let's cry, cry. 울고 말자. 슬픔은 잘 모르지만 그냥 울래.
All of you who got to see the Wings tour, I envy you so much.
You make me
아, 사실 정국이가 어려서부터 사회생활을 하는데 이게 쉬운 일이 아니잖아요. 잘 따라줬으면 좋겠고 지금 잘하고 있으니까 열심히 해서 대박 났으면 좋겠습니다.
You know, I've talked with a couple ARMY about how much pressure little Jungkook had to have on him being the baby of this group and coming so young. I mean, they all were young, but to come so young and be such a focal point, to be lead vocals, to be such a vocal part, a focal point of the dancing, not focal point, focal point, focus on Jungkook. When I didn't know anything about them, and that day, if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Ashley Sue. I didn't introduce myself yet. If you are not new, then you know there was a day that they saved my life and stopped me from ending mine. That's one of the songs that when I heard it and listened to it, his voice and all the sounds, the melody, and of course I didn't know anything about any of their songs. I didn't know their names, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know which one was singing it. The song was so moving and so powerful, wondering who on earth inspired him to sing those words. And a quick Google search let me know that it was about the rest of the band. And it was like I was hooked. I mean, everything equaled being hooked and wanting to know more and understand more. Something about knowing the song wasn't written about a teen romance, but it was written about his Hyungs. It just felt like love. It felt, yeah. Oh.
아 쉽지 않아 진짜 어떡하지. 아 큰일이 한두 개가 아니야. 야 이거 힘드네. 보이셨어. 아.
정국이 양말 좀 벗겨. 야 안 벗겨도 된다는데 벗기는 게 나을 것 같아. 괜찮아? 야 이거 좀 어디다? 양말이 자존심인가? 양말 자존심이야?
아 걱정 마.
하나랑 괜찮냐? 네가 힘들면 살아야 되는데 그러니까 핑 돌아도 그냥 계속 하는 거야.
야 언제 핑 돈 거야?
어.
불타 때 재보면 진짜.
Holy crap.
야 오늘 정국이 프로였어. 정국이.
Oh my god, what?
야 오늘 정국이 프로였어. 정국이 밍스 나가기 직전까지 막 이러고 있다. 딴딴.
아니 정국이야 우리가
프로라니까 진짜.
나 랩할 때 같이 가고 나랑 더블링.
He would literally give his all.
근데 우리 브라질 지금 잘해야 되고 브라질 이틀이야.
나도 좀.
I'm gonna sound like a cornball here, but it's like, I mean, as somebody who discovered them as I was about to give my life up, and then to discover these men who would give their lives for us, that sounds like a ridiculous parasocial relationship. I get that. They don't know who I am, and at the same time, I actually feel like they would give their all, literally.
걱정 좀 했어. 약간
형도 걱정했어. 너가 걱정한 거.
야나 걱정 진짜 많이 했어.
근데 그 불탈 때 내가 봤어.
I'm still recording, right?
불타 때가 제일
뭔가
힘들었어.
이상하더라고.
진짜
야.
참고 있어. 근데 왜 참았냐 그러니까 칠레 많이 바꾸기 전에
그 다음에 누가 딱 썰었어. 첫 번째 공연이야. 그러면 브라질 첫 번째 공연이야.
원동경을 물어보자면 당연히 빼놓을 수 없는 게 팬분들이기도 하고요. 이분들을 생각하면 너무 많은 생각들을 하게 되니까 그냥 아무것도 원하지 않고 이렇게 순수하게 응원해 준다는 거에 뭔가 내가 더 움직여야지 생각이 드는 것 같기도 하고 보답해 주고 싶다는 생각도 하는 것 같고요.
They remind all of us that we don't walk alone. We don't want them to ever walk alone, right? Ever. Through anything.
아 얘들 난 너무 잘생겨서 좋아. 얘들 보면 뭐 얘네 보면 너무 귀여워. 너무 행복해. 희열 요런 거를 더 넘어가지고 그 안에 있는 얘기를 듣고 그 사람들의 눈을 보고 그 사람들이 어떻게 사는지를 보면서 그 우리도 좋아하는 사람들 삶의 일부가 돼서 큰 도움이 됐으면 좋겠는 거죠.
얼마나 눈치를 내려야 그 봄날이올까 떠드는 자빈 먼지처럼 작은 먼지처럼 날리는 눈이 나라면
God, what words?
Thank you so much for everything that you've done, and you're always so talented.
I had a dream last night.
Inspiring and helping other people reach their dreams. And thank you so much.
I had a dream that somebody said their lyrics aren't that deep, and I was like,
오빠들 때문에 많은 그 진로도 찾고 고맙다는 말 많이 해주고 싶고요.
You got no language barriers between you and me, between BTS and ARMY. We above the walls of language. You get it? You see that? Feel that? 굉장히 많은 것들이 남아있으니까 우리 함께 즐겨보도록 합시다. Enjoy BTS, enjoy being an ARMY.
그런 콘서트 이길 때마다 아, 이 사람은 이런 인생을 살고 있구나, 이렇게 살아내고 있구나, 이런 힘듦이 있었구나. 그런 거 되게 좋은 것 같아요. 그래서 앞으로 우리는 음악으로, 춤으로 또 여러분의 사랑으로 이렇게 계속 녹아오면서 앞으로 함께 걸었으면 좋겠고요. 함께 하는 한 우리 노래 제목, 앨범 제목처럼 분명히 봄날이 올 거라고 믿어도 좋지 않습니다. 그래서 우리 앞으로 날개 달고 봄날로 갑시다. 고맙습니다.
깜짝이야. 뭐 이렇게 이벤트를 준비했어요. 아 그러게요. 깜짝 놀랐습니다. 우와. 우리의 비행은 영원할 거야. 대박이다. 저도요. 우리의 비행은 영원할 거야. 이것이 행복이다. 감사합니다 진짜. 와. 여러분 정말 사랑해요. 사랑합니다. 사랑합니다. 가자. 가자. 자 뭐야? 여러분 할 말 있어요. 우리 거야. 감사합니다 여러분들.
함께 나눠주셔서 진심으로 감사합니다.
Oh my god. Didn't think I'd cry today. Didn't think I'd cry today.
And tell me, what's next for BTS?
What's next for BTS?
이렇게 안 좋은 생각을 하게 되면 한도 끝 없이 안 좋은 생각을 해요. 부담스러운 것들이 많아서.
Oh. I'm gonna cry.
힘든 것 같아요, 버티기가.
솔직히 저희는 이제 멤버들 하나하나 다 어떻게 보면 진짜 어린애거든요.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Naming it Filter.
너? 몇 살이지?
Woo. That's got so many meanings.
무슨 관이요? 그냥 하자.
Oh my god, Jae-ho.
허공을 떠도는 작은 머리처럼
평소 주인 없어 아니야? 그런 의미에서 제
He always says that when someone does healing.
자, 레프트 풋 빨간색입니다. 왼발은 빨간색.
아니 김남준이 갑자기 나 여기서 표정 찍고 있는데 김남준이
Oh, I love this entire album. The album Youth and Face Yourself, Japanese albums. I wish I could get my hands on them. They're hard to get hold of. The songs on them are so good. Oh, that was so beautiful. That was so sweet. And I don't exactly feel like I walk alone anymore. And I did a lot until last summer. I did until BTS, until that day that I was on this couch and their voices carried me through. Then I was so fascinated and enthralled by them that I started going down the rabbit hole, and then I'm reading Demian, and then I'm ordering Carl Jung's Map of the Soul by Murray Stein, and I'm looking at movies like Snowpiercer and trying to understand more about their inspirations, and then I felt more alone than ever. Nobody understood what was bringing me to life. And anyway, that's a whole other bucket of It was the last summer when I was on probably the most alone trip of my entire life. A family trip that I just felt worse than a frog in a trash can, if you get the reference. And a couple people who had seen my videos DM'd me on Instagram. Sue from New York and Sharni from South Africa felt really not alone. And I'm forever thankful for that. We don't walk alone. And then some of us, we needed to not feel alone. And BTS gave us that. And then ARMY gave us that. And I know I and all the ARMY I talk to feel so soul nourished by Bangtan and what Bangtan puts out. What Anissa creates. She's a part of this ARMY BTS experience to such a beyond words degree. It's incredible to know we don't walk alone when we feel it for a variety of reasons. And ARMY really is there for BTS. As a whole, ARMY sincerely wants well for these men, wants success, wants comfort, wants love for these men in all the ways, in any of the ways, to have their souls nourished and satisfied because they've walked so much with us that we don't want them to ever feel like they walk alone. And hopefully they always have each other as well. And I know, anyway, it's all so complicated, and this is so interconnected It's spiritual. It is spiritual. Being ARMY, being Bangtan, this is spiritual. So many people don't get it, and that's fine. That's fine, but for those of us who do and who will, we're forever grateful. You never walk alone. If I have ever contributed to you feeling like you do walk alone, either through not replying to a comment or walking out of a hotel room when I was having an absolute existential crisis based on my own childhood, or whatever it may be, I'm sorry for any way that I contributed to feeling that way. And I would really like to change that. I want you to know that you don't walk alone. Anissa did not create this for us to know that we don't walk alone. However, that's one of the many, many, many things that she could have never imagined she would create through Rise of Bangtan. The men themselves could not have fathomed when they were trainees that this would be spiritual. God loves you. I just want to say real quick, I started, if you've made it this far, I'm just going to finish this and say, I started today miserable. I've had a rough first four days of 2022. It's the 5th right now. It's January 5th. But every day since has been like just a pit of anxiety. And today I was pretty miserable. I thought, I miss my friends, and I know I'm not actually sitting with you right now, but especially after the New Year live stream, I feel like I am. I'm honored to not be walking alone. I'm honored to have you walking with me and for me to be walking with you, and that we're all walking each other home. God loves you. BTS loves you. I love you. And we all really love yourself. Don't listen to anything that tells you otherwise. Take the steps to lean in toward the fun. Look for the fun. Look for the love. Reach for that, for what feels good, because that's what's right. Like, not the fleeting feels good, but what feels good in your soul. Love yourself. You're worth it. BTS knows it. I know it. Hopefully you will too. Thank you, and happy 2022. I'll see you again in a day or two.